Good morning, hello, and welcome to A Day in the Life. My name is Taylor, and I'm excited to be here with you guys. It is early in the morning, but I'm finishing drinking my pre-workout and reading my devotional. So these are two things that I always aim to start my day with before I jump into any work. My goal is to not sign into my computer until 8:30 each morning because I've been struggling with wanting to get right to work right away in the morning, and I need to have my boundaries. So I'm doing me now, and then I will introduce myself after my workout. Okay, so I will formally introduce myself and what I do in a little bit, but I just wanted to show you how I kind of start each day. The night prior or the day prior, depending on when I get to it, I always try to make my to-do list for the following day. So in my planner, and I'll flip my screen for okay, I always try, I love to-do lists. So I put little boxes next to what I want to for surely get done in the day. But I do have my day, and I'll try not to zoom in too much, but I do have my days blocked out for what client I'm going to work with. So as you can see here, I have a block every day for an hour where I work for this client, okay? Then you'll see right here in purple, every day I work for an hour for that, as I am working for each client as to where I time block them in my day. I will admit I don't fully follow that right now because I'm still in the building phase of my business. But I just want to show you how I block everything out. I get my days prepared. I really follow mostly what I put in my planner to-do list because that's more specific priority, what kind of tasks need to get done by what date, okay? So I'll be back in a bit after I blow dry my hair and get ready for the day, and then I'll tell you who I am. All right, it's time to formally introduce myself. My name is Taylor. I am going on 30 years old. I will be by the end of this year. I am engaged to my wonderful fiance, Dan, and we'll be getting married in just a few short weeks here, actually in October. I have been a teacher for 7 years, and actually I can say I'm a former teacher as I just resigned this summer in the middle of June. But I actually have not. I did not even know that freelancing existed until February of this year. So just a couple months ago. So how I got started was I saw an ad on Instagram from Michaela Quinn about a free live workshop training she was hosting. And that was on February 16th. I remember the date, which means that this was a super important big milestone in my life because my memory is horrible. But I also brought my notebook here to show you guys because I went to that free training during a busy week of school. It was parent-teacher conference week. So Tuesday night after school we had conferences, teach all day Wednesday, went to the training that night, had a full day of school the next day, and conferences that evening. So a super busy time on top of Valentine's Day week. And I took a ton of notes at that training, okay? I was so excited. So front and back, front and back, front and back. I think there's one more. And maybe one. And after that, I was just so pumped and excited, and I really felt like God was calling me to take this next step. So I had to talk with my fiance about it, and I felt like the course was a lot to invest. And something that I was really unfamiliar with, and I was supposed to be saving all my money for a wedding. So it's hard to talk to my fiance about it for that reason, but luckily he's super supportive, and he told me to go for it. Like, if this is what I wanted, to go for it. I haven't been overly happy with teaching lately for a lot of different reasons, and I'm not going to go into that. But I felt like maybe this was the sign, like this was the next right step in my life. I don't have any kids yet, as I said, which is honestly a part of the reason I felt this was such a good time. Okay, so what I was just doing right there was managing the leads and the messages for a local photographer that I work with. So I go in every day and I see if there are any questions or inquiries about her services, her pricing. I help get their sessions scheduled. We have her calendar and her open spots for shooting sessions in a calendar, and then that's how I'm able to schedule their sessions based on when she has time open. And then I schedule the sessions for them, giving them times available and so forth. I have a spreadsheet all created with where I keep the name, the date that they inquired, what they're interested in, and then kind of where we're at in the booking process so that I can communicate with my client where we're at with new inquiries. So, excuse me, that's one thing that I do. All right, up next is a Google Meet for a new email drip campaign that we're going to be launching with a client. So that is why I actually did a little bit of makeup today. Alrighty, so I am finally done with a really long meeting. Well, one of my clients and I, as I said, we met with that client to talk about an email drip campaign for that client. And then after that, her and I were meeting on some other logistics of our working relationship. And my dog is constantly whining. Can you see him? There he is. So every day I take a little break outside. I have my healthy shake, and so that's what I'm going to do. I am not done with my to-do list, but I still have time to do that. I have volleyball this evening, but I'm making myself take a break, which sometimes is hard when you have a lot on your to-do list in a day, but it's so important. So that's what I'm going to go do now. Okay, before I get back to work now, I just wanted to share a little bit more with you about the Live Free Academy and what I love about this lifestyle. And yes, I changed my scenery. I'm now sitting at my kitchen table. But anyways, back to the Live Free Academy. So when I purchased the program back on February 18th, I just binged it like crazy. So I purchased it on a Friday evening, and I got started right away that night, and I watched some of it on that Saturday and Sunday, and then we had no school on Monday, so I watched more on Monday, and then Tuesday we had a snow day. So a whole bunch, which is not really the cleanest, because I have wedding invites here, and then I can see the dog sitting over there in the living room. So sometimes just to see something different. And I finished it in a couple of weeks. That's how engaging the course was. Michaela did a phenomenal job of teaching, and me being a teacher, her being a former teacher, we think alike. So I just love how organized she was, how detailed, how laid out she was. She has a lot of templates for you to use, so you don't need to start from scratch in things such as email pitches and your contract and your proposals and things like that. It's phenomenal. So I absolutely am so thankful that I took the program. As fast forward, let's see, February, March, April, May, June, 4 months, and I resigned from my full-time job. So that's pretty awesome, and I think that says a lot about Michaela and her program and how effective it really is and how it sets you up for success. So, all right, just a couple more things before I wrap up my day. First of all, I realized that I don't think I ever actually told you what I do. So I started freelancing at the end of February while still teaching. My first client was a former teacher who creates resources to sell on Teachers Pay Teachers. So she would have a resource started, and then I would go in, I would add the graphics and make sure that everything looked good. And then my second and third clients were both kind of marketing companies in different ways. But a lot of what I was doing for them was, for one of them, I was scheduling social media posts, and editing the copy to make sure that there weren't mistakes, and then reaching out to the clients, seeing if they wanted any fixes. And the other one was a lot of the same, but I was doing more of the creation of the social media and the scheduling of it. So that's what I started off with, and I then took the Director of Marketing program with Lindsay White, and have been starting to kind of shift gears into more marketing, offering more marketing, and going that route. So I'm kind of in that in-between phase right now where I'm an executive assistant. All right, I am just heading out to volleyball. So I wanted to quick kind of wrap up my day and just throw you some encouragement. Like, if you have been here for a long time on Michaela's page, this is your first time here, whatever it may be, like, I cannot recommend purchasing her program. And no, she doesn't like pay me to say that or anything. But I so recommend her program. Like, as I said, I was hesitant and nervous, but seriously, if you follow all of the steps she lays out for you in the program, you will make back that money so quickly, and then you'll laugh at the fact that you were worried about paying for it. But it seriously has changed my life, and I'm so thankful that, and I'm a God person, a believer, that God put this on my heart, and that ad in my Instagram feed, or I wouldn't have resigned from teaching and starting to live the life I want. So I'm about to get married in a little over a month. And no, I haven't fully replaced my teaching salary yet, but I'm fully confident in my abilities, what I have to offer, and being able to land enough clients that I could do it. And I am so excited to start building a family with my fiance, former husband, former future husband. And that is one of the biggest reasons I chose to start freelancing, is I want to be able to have that time freedom to spend with my children, take them to the doctors when they need it, not have to ask somebody else if I can do something. So just a reminder, like, live the life you want to live. If your current job is holding you back, give it a shot. You can start freelancing and still keep your full-time job and test it out. And you'll probably fall in love with it like I did. All right, I'm home from volleyball, and I know I kind of wrapped things up before, but I just wanted to let you know that if you have any more questions for me, please send them over right now, or you can reach me at my business Instagram account is Taylor Services, or my personal one is taylor.wenz. Okay, so either one, I'm kind of, as I said, in that in-between phase. So we're still figuring out what Instagram account I share the most to, okay? But please, I'm an open book. I love to talk all things freelance because it is changing my life so much, and I am happy that I took the leap. So reach out if you need anything. Thank you for being here today, listening through these stories, sending in questions, and I wish you the best of luck in your future.